Today we're going to talk about understanding the hormone web: thyroid, estrogen, progesterone and testosterone. Are you still exhausted despite taking thyroid meds? The problem may not just be in your thyroid. Did you know that sluggish thyroid function could be throwing off your estrogen, your progesterone and your testosterone? That's a powerful mix in perimenopause. Your thyroid hormones and your sex hormones actually talk to each other. And when one fails, the other stumbles. There's lots of different ways they interact. Welcome to Beyond the Prescription. I'm Dr. Ali Grimston, GP, functional medicine doctor and women's hormone health specialist. I'm head of women's health at Dr. Finley's private practice, and I'm also a long COVID and chronic Lyme disease and chronic fatigue doctor there. I created this series because too many women are told everything looks normal when the deeper hormonal story is being missed. In today's session, we're diving into one of the most overlooked reasons why women stay stuck in fatigue, weight gain, anxiety and burnout: the thyroid sex hormone connection. We'll cover how low thyroid slows detox and estrogen clearance, why low progesterone mimics thyroid symptoms, what your testosterone and HEA have to do with it, to rebalance the whole hormone axis for lasting relief. Stick with me to the end and I'll share a free tool to help you map your hormone picture and start making changes today. We've been trained to treat thyroid and sex hormones as separate systems, but they're part of one big hormonal web. There's a myth that you may be told that your thyroid's fine, so this must just be menopause. But the truth is, low progesterone mimics hypothyroid symptoms such as fatigue, brain fog, anxiety. Low thyroid also leads to sluggish liver detox, which leads to more estrogen dominance, and the estrogen dominance builds up, causing more symptoms of low progesterone. Have you ever been told your symptoms are just perimenopause or just stress? I'd love you to share your story in the comments. I read everything. So let's see what's actually happening in your body. Your thyroid sets the pace for your metabolism, including how you produce, convert and clear your other hormones. Simply put, if you have low thyroid function, this leads to less estrogen clearance and metabolism, which leads to estrogen dominance. If you have low progesterone, that can lead to more anxiety, insomnia, more PMS-like symptoms. If you have low DHEA and testosterone, that leads to lower energy, lower libido and sex drive, lower strength. And all of these can blunt thyroid conversion from T4 to the more active T3. Think of your hormones like musicians in a band. If the thyroid plays too slow, the rest fall out of rhythm. You'll still hear music, but it's all wrong. I'm now going to share 3 practical steps to start balancing your hormone axis. Step 1 is to support your liver detox processes. This is crucial for clearing the excess estrogen when you have estrogen dominance. One way to do this is to eat cruciferous vegetables or use DIM or calcium D-glucarate to improve that phase 2 metabolism. Reduce alcohol and sugar so that you're not putting so much pressure on the liver. However, if you have a very low estrogen, using DIM may take estrogen even further away, may reduce your estrogen even more and cause more lack of estrogen symptoms. Step 2 will be to reduce inflammation and gut stress. So the gut is so important for the way all of your hormones work. Inflammation blocks thyroid conversion, and we need to support and reduce inflammation in the body in order to support thyroid conversion from T4 to T3. You will need to heal the gut to support hormone balance, and really you don't know what your gut is up to without doing more testing. So I recommend doing a GI map to help give you some clues as to what's going on in your gut. How balanced is your microbiome? Is there inflammation going on in the gut? Also, a good biochemistry and hematology panel with CRP will help to pick into the picture how your inflammation is generally in your body. And when it comes to the liver detox in step 1, I strongly recommend that you get a Dutch Plus test, which really shows the way that your phase 1 and phase 2, the 2 stages of liver detoxification, are working, which then will show you whether DIM is a good idea or not, diindolyl methane. Step 3 is to nourish your hormones. Zinc, selenium, magnesium, B6, omega-3 fatty acids, all crucial for your hormones and for your thyroid T4 to T3 conversion. And it's a really good idea to support your adrenal health, to protect the progesterone and DHEA balance by reducing cortisol steal, which I've talked about in another of these videos. So to support your adrenal health, yes, that does mean bringing in some mind-body balance work, as well as just taking this and doing that. So breath work and energy healing, meditation, mindfulness, getting out in nature, dance, these will all help. Which of these steps feels most relevant for you today? Is it liver detox or gut rebalancing or nutrient support? I'd love you to let me know if this is connecting the dots for you. Let me tell you about a woman I worked with recently. She was in her early 40s and came to me feeling utterly exhausted. You know the feeling? She'd been on levothyroxine for years, but still battled low energy, brain fog, and unpredictable emotions. She'd been told more than once that it was just stress or just perimenopause, but she knew something wasn't right. When we ran a full hormone panel and a Dutch Plus test, we were able to see more in detail. Her free T3 was low, despite a normal TSH. So the normal TSH is all that is normally measured. And if that's normal, then you get told that your thyroid's normal. But with a free T3 being low, it shows that there was a poor T4 to T3 conversion. And that can be helped by gut support, detox support, and some supplementation. Her progesterone was almost non-existent, and estrogen was relatively high, giving her classic estrogen dominance. I had that when I was in my late 30s, early 40s. She also had signs of sluggish liver detox and stress-driven cortisol imbalances, and these all matched together to make a perfect storm. When we did the Dutch Plus test, it showed again estrogen dominance, and it showed that she would benefit from some DIM and I3C and cruciferous vegetables, which would help to bring the estrogen down the phase 2, the safest of the phase 1 pathways, and onto her phase 2 pathways with it for detox in the liver. So when we stepped back and looked at the full picture, not just her thyroid in isolation, we could see much more clearly what was going on. So we supported her gut function, which is key for hormone clearance. We supported her liver detox pathways using targeted nutrients and botanical support and food support. And we focused on stress recovery, which is also so clear in the Dutch Plus report because it shows the adrenal stress index, it shows the cortisol awakening response. And we helped her to regulate cortisol and feel more in control. And within 3 months, she said she felt like herself again, with more stable moods, better sleep, and real energy for the first time in years. And she was able to start losing that weight, exercising more, and she was generally happier in herself. When we addressed that full hormone network, not just the thyroid or the TSH even, that's when things truly shifted. So what's your biggest takeaway today? I'd love you to drop it in the comments or DM me and let me know what your biggest takeaway is, what's new to you. DM me the word balance if you'd like my free hormone map tracker to get started. This is the kind of deep, personalized root cause work that's exactly what I do with women in my private health mentorship at Dr. Finley's private practice. If you're ready to stop guessing and get some real answers, DM me the word reset and I'll share the next step for working with me. Thanks so much for joining me on Beyond the Prescription today. I'll be back next Friday at 9 a.m. UK time, and we'll be talking about leaky gut and the thyroid, the missing link to autoimmune recovery, in episode 17. If you found this valuable, please share it with a friend who needs to hear this. Lovely to see you. Bye bye.